Aries, welcome to your general tarot reading for the 8th to the 14th of December. This reading is for those with Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Messages are general and come through for those who need to hear them. So if this doesn't resonate, feel free to check out your other sign placements or check out many other awesome readers on YouTube. Before we get into it, I want to note that energy is fluid and doesn't always come out super clear cut. So you may resonate with only one part, different parts, or the whole reading that comes out today. Just trust what feels right for you. You know your situation best. Now with that said, let's get into your reading. So I'm just going to shuffle the deck a few times and then we'll jump into it. What can Aries expect for this week? What can Aries expect for this week? One more. What can Aries expect for this week? Universe, what can Aries expect for this week? So we've got the Six of Wands reversed. We've got the Seven of Cups reversed. And we've got Justice so far. Okay. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Why is the Seven of Cups here? Aries? Why is the Seven of Cups here for Aries? Okay, so maybe a little bit of stagnant energy. Why is the Seven of Cups here for Aries? Universe. Oh, that's too many. Just a few clarifying cards, please. Alright. Okay. Now, why is Justice here for Aries? Oh, lots of cards when it's coming out. Just give me 1 second. Looks like there's some pretty big situation going on with you, Aries. We're going to stick to more general. So, generally, why is Justice here for Aries? Okay. Alright, so let's get into this energy now. So, overall, we've got the Six of Wands. Now, this card to me, when it's upright, it's about celebration and victory and, you know, getting what you want, having people acknowledge you and seeing you in a very good light. However, it came out in reverse. So for me, when this card is in reverse, it's actually people acknowledging you for kind of the wrong reasons. So you might be the subject of some gossip this week. You know, there might be other people in your environment that are kind of talking about you for any particular reason, and they could be justified in doing so, or it could just be like out of malice. Take your pick, whatever resonates with you. But yeah, there's definitely people looking at you this week and kind of talking about you. There is attention on you this week, and I don't know whether you have any like haters or enemies of any kind, but I guess it's kind of the week to watch your back for that. Watch out for saying the wrong things or around like the wrong people or something like that. Just really look out for yourself this week. And also, if people are gossiping about you, that's a reflection of them more so than it is of you. That's who they are. That's who they're choosing to be. It doesn't say anything about you, whether it's true or not. Just take what resonates. But yeah, so there's definitely some people that are talking about it this week. You are in the limelight. Yeah. And we have the Justice card here as well. So I think, yeah, I think this kind of links back to that situation beforehand. So you've got the Justice card clarified by the Nine of Wands and the Star in reverse. Now, this is kind of a wish, something that you wanted to happen and not coming true. And I think you might be worried that something that you want isn't going to come true. And I think, I don't know, with the Justice card here, it's kind of like, you know what you did. You might have done something in the past that you know is holding you back now. You know it was kind of a wrong decision to make, and that's kind of what I'm feeling, because it's like you're really worried about this wish that you have not coming true. You're like you really want something to go well, but for some reason there is a lot of anxiety surrounding it, and when the Justice card comes out, it's basically saying justice is due. If you've acted in the right ways, if you've, been a good person and, looked out for other people, then justice is going to be in your favor. But if you've done the opposite, then justice might come and kind of bite you in the bum a little bit. And that's why I say you might be worried, because you might know that you've done the wrong thing in the past. This isn't for everyone. This could only be for a few of you, or maybe even just one of you. But yeah, it's basically, there is going to be some justice that is going to come and kind of, whether it's you or someone in your environment, it's going to come kind of just like nip you a little bit. And I think you kind of already know. You might already be in the know about this. You might have an awareness of the situation and kind of what's going on. You might, like I was saying before, you might know that you had previously done something wrong. And now, when it comes down to it, and there's something you want, you can see how it might not work out in your favor. But on the other hand, you can see how it could work out in your favor, and this might just be anxiety. Take whatever resonates with you. Either way, it's just saying you need to trust that whatever outcome of this situation happens, it's going to be a fair and it's going to be a just outcome for anyone involved, okay? And whether that means you get your wish or not, that kind of depends on the part that you had to play in the circumstances. And it's also kind of like, almost like a warning for the future, saying, look, what goes around comes around, and if you're not going to act in accordance with your highest good, and you're not going to act just to other people, it will come around, and you will feel the same unfair treatment in some way. It's possible. But is there anything else Aries needs to know about justice? Is there anything else that Aries needs to know about justice? And we'll see what wants to come out, if anything. Is there anything else that Aries needs to know about justice? Yeah. Now look, I don't know whether this is your suffering or somebody else's suffering, but I think, there is some suffering that's going to be involved. I think you might be faced with quite a painful situation this week, actually, and you'll know if you're in this circumstance. If not, then, lucky you. But there is pain that comes with this justice, because somebody was treated unfairly. Somebody was not treated right. And, it's what goes around comes around. Like, it's going to come back, and whether it's you who was untreated fairly or somebody else, they're going to have to face the consequences for it. And, this could have to do with this situation. So this could have to do with why people are talking about you, why people are gossiping about you, why people are saying things. You might have been involved in like maybe like a public situation, even like a legal situation. Um, Take what resonates if that doesn't. But yeah, you're in the public eye at this point, and I think it's kind of up to you to correct the situation, um, and to take action to bring justice and try and reduce the pain that's involved in this situation as much as you can. Yeah, sorry that's a bit intense to start off your reading, but we'll get into the other energy now. So I'm just going to move it over here. And so what do we get? You got the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups reversed, clarified by the Hangman in reverse. And these two cards are actually very, very similar in nature. Like, very, very similar in nature. So when they're both upright, they're both about kind of being unsure what action to take. Like not taking any explicit action, kind of waiting and gaining perspective to understand the situation a lot more. And so I think you have been doing a lot of that. Like you have, for a while, you've kind of been weighing up the pros and cons. You've been looking at it from different perspectives. Just like really seeing what all the options, what all the variables are in this situation. And I think now you've kind of come to the conclusion. You come to a conclusion finally that it's now time to take action. You know what you have to do now. You're not going to sit around kind of waiting and trying to figure out what's going on anymore. You know what's going on. You know what you have to do. And you've made the choice. You've made the choice of what you have to do. And, it's just about gaining some kind of new perspective in some way. I will go into this a little bit further to see, I guess, what you're gaining perspective on. But just know that you've made some gains, like, in your perspective. Some very good gains. You've broadened your mind in a sense. So just be aware of that with whatever decisions you've made or that you're making this week. You will know what to do. You're gonna get lots of clarity on what action to take and what exactly you have to do now, rather than just kind of like sitting around and thinking and worrying about it. You will know what action to take. So why are these cards here for Aries? Why are these cards here for Aries? Alright, so you got the Sun. Taking action to get your happiness. Why are these cards here for Aries? You know what you need to do to make yourself happy now, or to gain your own happiness. Before, I don't think you didn't know how to get to it. You couldn't see the path clearly. Okay. You might have been going through a period of like some kind of depression or grief or loss, or just feeling like quite down. And so you can see that from this card. So you got the Five of Cups. You actually got it in reverse. There you go. And yeah, like, I think a situation happened in the past that caused you to be in pain. It caused some kind of suffering that you were going through. However, so like why these cards were here, because you were like busy suffering. You didn't know how to get to your happiness. Like you didn't know what choice to make to bring you closer to your happiness. You were kind of just confused, and you wanted to take a little time out to really gain some more perspective and see like how you could recover from the situation, because I think it would have hit you pretty hard, whatever you were facing. But the fact that this card is coming out to clarify with the Sun, This is showing that, yes, you were suffering and there was pain. However, because you found new perspective, whatever it is, that suffering is going to be going now. Like, it's going to be gone. You're not going to be suffering anymore. It's time to rejoice. It's time to be happy now. And you can, like, you, it's not physically holding you back anymore. You might have been confined, like, you might have been kind of sticking to yourself for a while, maybe not being very social, not seeing many friends. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but I think it caused you to kind of go into hermit mode. It caused you to retreat, and really spend time with your own energy. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so it really caused you to go within and just like be with yourself for a while. And in doing so, it wasn't really part of the plan, but in doing so, you kind of figured out how to get to your happiness. You figured out the actions that you needed to take, what you needed to do to get to your own happiness. And now a period of suffering is over, and you're actually going to be going into a very beautiful period of your life. With the sun here, that's pure, joyful energy, childlike innocence. It's just beautiful energy to be in. Going from the Five of Cups to the sun, like, that is coming straight out of a depression. And really, really being happy. Like, really being happy. Yeah, I guess. So, yeah, this week, I think, even though you're kind of facing this gossip, and that whatever situation was going on there, you might not even be facing that. That could be for multiple people. You are still, and yeah, even though there's people talking about you and stuff, like, they might just be talking about you because they're worried about you. They might just be talking about you because they're like, oh, haven't seen Aries in a while, haven't really heard from them. Are they okay? And then, yeah, like, it could be any situation. It doesn't always have to be like, oh, they're bagging you out. It could be any situation. It's just people talking about you, people acknowledging you. Usually it's not that great, but just take whatever resonates for your situation. Yeah, and I guess that's really beautiful to see that you're coming out of this depression like this. And you're going into a lot more beautiful energy, a lot more, more like your typical energy. Aries energy is very like very strong, very fiery, very passionate. You're jumping back into your energy. You're gonna feel a little bit more, or maybe a lot more, in your element than you normally would. And I guess what I want to know is some advice next for you, especially with this whatever gossip situation this is. So I'm just going to shuffle these a little bit. Alright. Now, what advice do you have for Aries regarding any of these situations that kind of came out, whether it be the gossip one or getting to their happiness, which I don't really think you need help with that. I think you're definitely on the right track. What advice do you have for Aries? Any advice for Aries regarding this reading? Yeah. Any advice for Aries regarding this reading? Okay. Yep, so the Hangman came back out. I'll show you what cards came out. So we've got the Six of Pentacles. You've got the Hangman in reverse again. You've got the Page of Cups in reverse. You got the Five of Wands, and you've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. So, yeah, lots of emotions coming out at the moment. I think, maybe even some kind of. No, maybe not. Okay, so yeah, so the first card that's coming out, this is related to the Justice card again. You've gained new perspectives about. I think you've gained new perspectives about like some sort of offer. I think that's what you kind of went in. Maybe you might have like been waiting for an offer from someone, or you wanted to offer someone, and you did, and it just caused fighting. It just led to fighting. Like it didn't work out for some reason. Um, but it's basically saying that now is kind of the time to leave all these things in the past, and to really, like now that you've gained the new perspective, you can leave these cups behind, this pain, this sorrow. It's time to leave it behind. This fighting that you've had with other people, it's time to leave that behind. This could also be relating to why people were talking about you. Like maybe you've been involved in public disagreements with people, like on social media or something. Yeah, but again, this is just double confirmation of that justice card, really saying that there has been some kind of injustice here, whether that is to you or whether you have done that to someone else. You take your pick, whatever like situation suits you. There was definitely some fighting involved at some point, and it could have been about like a relationship or a friendship, that caused you to have to like leave something behind and kind of move on from it. I think you're really coming into full like illumination about and full understanding about what was going on there, like why that needed to happen. Maybe you had done something similar to someone in the past, for example, and I think the universe could have just been trying to teach you a lesson, being like, hey, you shouldn't treat people like that. If you got to treat other people how you want to be treated, or vice versa. Like it could be saying that if somebody treated you badly, that they are going to learn. They're gonna be the ones coming into illumination and understanding of their behavior. It could be you. It might be somebody else. But yeah, I think really just this week for you is going to be about gaining a lot of awareness into your situation and understanding why things have been happening to you. When you have those moments where everything just kind of clicks and it falls into place, and it's almost like you get a download. It's like, well, now I know why, like, I've been doing that for like 3 months. It all makes sense. Now I know why I was like that beforehand, realizing why you act in certain ways, realizing why other people act in certain ways. Just really coming to realization and understanding. And I think it's going to be a very, like, quite internal and reflective week for you as well. To the point that you're going to be able, it has been a very reflective time for you in the past. Because I don't think you're in that energy anymore. I think you've been in it for a long time, and now it's time to finally come out and take everything you've learned and use it to your advantage, and take the lessons you've learned and really think about them, and like look at the perspectives that you've gained and see how much you've learned in whatever period of time it's been. Because there's lots of new like learning and growth opportunities here for you if you want to take them. And I think you do want to take them because you've been suffering for a while. I think you have definitely been suffering for a while. So, if an opportunity comes for you this week, take it. Don't worry about what other people are saying or what they think. Do it for yourself because you deserve it after this long period of kind of just not feeling the best. And yeah, you gotta look out for yourself. You got to give yourself what you deserve too. Okay? So that's it, Aries. Hope you enjoyed this reading. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to. And I will see you next week.